back. How do you play this game again? Anyone? All right.
You take the dice,
Pretend.
you roll them.
Actually,
Actually. All right. It is a crisp fall afternoon in Cork County, Colorado, a picturesque time of year. The trees have turned beautiful shades of yellow and red. Their leaves are now littering the yards of the quaint two-story family homes, surrounded with white picket fences. Fake spiderwebs are strewn across lawns. Jack-o'-lanterns line the streets leading up to the homes, and the occasional ghost hangs from a branch, and a plastic severed hand reaches out of a pretend graveyard. There is a hum of excitement as Halloween approaches tomorrow. Many young kids are walking home in their costumes from celebrating at school. A young boy is dressed in a bright orange costume with stripes and long blades for claws, and they're chasing after a girl wearing a long trench coat and a pink and blue bodysuit underneath. She's tossing fake coins at him as they reenact some scene from the X-People. The town looks almost exactly as Zack had left it. He sits in the front seat of his father's car. A song plays over the radio, the lyrics of which are, "Let's talk, I don't know what you're thinking, and I need to reason. Please tell me if it hurts." And Zack is just, as Zack is enjoying some doubt, a band that he's recently gotten into. The volume of it begins to lower. So Shanks, do you want to describe Zack to everybody?
yeah, well, Zack is a 15-year-old boy. He's got thick glasses and his hair is kind of tied back. He always kind of wears, like, you know, basic nerdy attire, just brown pants and the white button up, and he's kind of like going through a manual on like fixing up his computer he's got at home. He's trying to figure out how to get it more RAM because the 16 kilobytes just isn't enough. Yeah, he's kind of like, he's enjoying the vibe, and he's just like, "Hey, Dad, have you heard of this band before? Summed Out? They're pretty amazing."
Your father is scanning the sidewalks because kids are kind of running out into the street haphazardly after their friends. And he slows down a bit and says, "No, I've never heard of them before. Not really my thing, but are you into it?"
Yeah, the lead singer, Stefania Gwen, is so hot.
He kind of gives a smirk, but you can see that there's a little bit of a troubled look behind your father's expression, even as he smiles. It looks a little bit unreadable to Zack at the moment, and he lowers his brow and glances over at you real quick and says, "Do you get the sense that everyone is looking at us, or am I just being paranoid?"
I mean, yeah, I think you're being paranoid, Dad. It's I know you're nervous about this, but I'm telling you, everything's gonna be okay. And if I get even the slightest sense that something's off, then, you know, we'll just hide at Seth's, and, you know, I'll let you know. And
I just wonder if we should have invited the boys back to Willow Creek instead, like usual.
I wanted to come back, you know. I miss the old town. I wanted to see my friends where they live. I wanted to check out the high school they've been telling me about.
All right, I guess you have to start living your life again at some point.
Yeah.
Your audio cut out for me.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it?
you're good now.
Okay. Well, maybe if everything goes all right, May can come back with me next time.
He sort of grips the steering wheel a little bit tighter at that suggestion and goes, yeah, maybe. And the car begins to slow as you pull up to Seth's house. And he looks over at you and says, do you need anything? You remember our phone number, right? Do you need money? Also, remember to grab your bike from the trunk.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, my backpack's in there too, so I don't think I need anything. I mean, if you want to give me $20 so we can pick up some dinner or something.
He's going to look through his wallet. He said, how about 10?
10's fine. Yeah. I mean, we're just probably just gonna go to Orbeez or something anyway.
He pulls out a 10 and offers it to you.
Thanks, Dad.
So over the last year or so, Zack has probably noticed that his father has gotten more fatherly, spending less time out of the house and more involved in Zack and May's lives. I'm sure Zack has his theories as to why that is, but he hasn't quite placed them yet. As the car comes to a full stop, your dad looks like ready to leave already as you're pulling out your things from the car. And you see that the front door of the Wessels household is already like cracked open a little bit. And as you're taking all of your stuff out of the trunk, you can see a pair of kids about your age across the street who seem to be looking at you until you kind of look right at them. And there's a bit of giggling and a quickening of pace as they round the street corner. But before you have any real time to respond to that, Seth's mom, Irene, pulls the door all the way open and yells, Zack!
Hey, Miss Wessels, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Oh, your dad isn't going to say hi. He's like already kind of waiting to back out.
Yeah, Zack like quickly moves aside from the car and like pulls his bike up to the side of the house, and he's like, no, he's in a rush, I think. But thanks for letting me stay here.
Oh, well, of course. She kind of looks like she wants to. She's like doesn't know if she can give you a hug sort of situation. Are you too old for hugs or?
No, I can give you a hug, and he hugs her, and like now that Zack's standing, it's clear that he's hit a growth spurt over the last couple of years. He isn't just this little kid anymore. He's definitely filled out a lot more. But he doesn't seem to be aware that he's grown up, still very much dressing exactly the same, still kind of thinking of himself as this little kid in a lot of ways.
He doesn't know he's hot yet. Just wait till he takes off his glasses.
That'll do it.
Instead of releasing you from the hug, she kind of holds you at your side and she goes, come on, I'll show you to your room. Seth will be home any minute.
Yeah.
She kind of takes your bag so that you can balance all the things that you have. And she leads you inside. She leads you through the house, which looks pretty much the same to you. You still know the layout like the back of your hand. The need to be shown around is entirely unnecessary, but she insists all the same. And she goes, as she's leading you down the hall to the spare room, she goes, apologies for the mess. And she opens up the door to like a pristine looking room, single bed that is perfectly made, a nightstand with an alarm clock. The closet seems to have been emptied out for ample space for you. And at the corner of the room is a desk with a clunky looking computer and a well-used computer chair.
No way, is that a Commissar 46?
Oh, I don't know any of these things. Probably. You sound like you know more than me already. I told Seth's dad not to bother you in here this weekend, so if you boys want, you can feel free to use the computer.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just gonna get set up and then I'll be right down.
All right, well, I will get out of your hair then. She definitely seems like she's hovering a little bit for a moment, and then she actually does just back out and closes the door behind you.
Yeah, Zack goes to the door and like listens for a second to make sure that she actually walks away. And then as soon as he's certain like he's alone, he runs to his backpack, opens it up, pulls out like an old crap. What did we call those cameras?
Modoc or something.
Modoc. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like an old Modoc, like video camera, camcorder kind of thing. And he sets it up. He pulls out a tripod and he just angles it out the window at his old house, and just like
And making himself at home.
starts the tape. It's just like, there we go. I know Seth said that like nothing weird was going on at my house, but Seth misses things.
You don't wear glasses, you can't see.
Can you roll me a brains check just to see how much coverage you get with your camera?
Yeah. So that's a 1.
Wow,
Wait,
I
and-
set this super low too.
Yeah, and brains
get
is
those
my
ones
top.
out. Get those ones out, man. It's okay.
So you can
Yeah.
add an adversity token to your sheet.
Yay.
For those of you who are new to Kids on Bikes, failure isn't always a bad thing in Kids on Bikes. You get to have adversity tokens to add to future success. So
Do we want to? Does chat know that they can also?
yes, and you can also, if you have the channel points for it, you can redeem 1 adversity token for each of the characters.
And then as soon as I've got that set up perfectly angled at the bush outside the window, he's gonna hop onto that Commissar 46 and get into that message board and just let his online friend Not So Clueless know that he's in town and he's going to be able to make the meeting as they agreed.
All right. All right, so you're pretty much just setting yourself up to get comfy and wait for Seth to come back.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, Seth, a
Yes.
crowd disperses from the grounds of Gerard Vanderclay College. Remnants of what used to be still hang around the school, anything that hasn't been entirely lost to the fire, like the worn paint on the side of the wooden bleachers in the football field that reads Cork County High School. The leaves crunch softly beneath your feet as you cut through the field to get home quickly. Normally, you'd make this walk with your girlfriend, Jamie, but Jamie wanted to give you and Zack some space to catch up. So with a quick kiss on the cheek, she had to grab coffee with a friend, promising to meet you at the rally later. Between the thoughts of Jamie and how glad he was that she's finally starting to live a normal life here, and all that has happened, and Zack returning home for a visit, Seth had barely noticed when a beat-up brown car had slowed beside him on the road as he had begun down the street. 2 senior students are looking at him through the passenger side window. Would you like to describe what we see of Seth?
Yes. So Seth is a 16-year-old boy with long blonde hair, and he's wearing a red Dwarves and Mines t-shirt or Cookies and Monsters, which has a character from the popular series for smaller kids, the Pumpkin Seed Street, and he's skateboarding while this car moves up to him. And as he sees the guys, he probably... Do I recognize them from high school?
Yes, you see Tony and Tony. One of them has a Y at the end, one of them has an I. One is like, the one driving is kind of very broad build guy, blonde hair, very typical football player type. And Tony with an I is it's an odd pairing because he's one of those like slacker kids, always behind the bleachers getting stoned. He's kind of hanging his arm out the window at the moment, looking at you.
When they pull up, I just say, "Yo, why? Big bag. How you guys doing, man?"
Hey, Seth, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And as you get closer, you can just smell that the car is like reeking of body spray and marijuana at the moment. It's like, hey, is it true you got that Zack kid staying at your house this weekend?
Oh, dude, you know Zack?
Well, like, I heard his dad like uprooted his whole family because of a bunch of crimes he committed. Is that true, or?
Oh yeah, man. He's like a delinquent. He did murder. He stole cars. He got abducted by aliens once. That was awesome.
You're like blowing both of their minds, or what they have left of it anyway. They're like, whoa. And he goes, well, you know what? Everything I heard about him is pretty hardcore. You guys should come to the Ridge later. A bunch of us are going up there after the pep rally.
Far out, man. I will let it.
It's a costume party, so there's gonna be beer and music, you know.
That's my kind of party. I
All
love
right,
it.
well, come find us there then.
I will, and I'll get the others to come with me. I'll make him promise not to do any murdering that night at the party. Okay?
That would be
Good?
pretty
We're
cool
good?
of you, man.
All right, see you, man.
Yeah, he like fist bumps you, and then they start driving a little bit quicker. As they pull off down the street, Seth, you quickly make your way home. As you enter the house, you can see that Zack's shoes are at the door, and you can hear your stepmom in the kitchen making dinner. The sounds of the clattering seem to completely mask the fact that you've arrived at home.
I just immediately run up the stairs, and I want to barge into the room, but just right before the door, I go like, "No, better knock first."
Actually, I think if you run up the stairs, Zack hears you coming, and like the door just swings open suddenly. Seth!
Zack! I come full speed at him up the stairs, and it's sort of it's almost a WWF wrestling dive, swan dive towards him.
And you find that, like, weirdly, it doesn't topple Zack at all. He just like meets you head on and just collides with you.
Maybe I bounce back.
And then as soon as the hug comes apart, they go into this super elaborate, like, secret handshake. It takes like a good 45 seconds to complete. Exactly.
He's going.
Just when you think it ends, it keeps going.
Yeah, there's a fake out ending where you both turn away from each other, take 2 steps, then turn back around.
Zack, how you doing, man? How was the journey back home?
Oh, it was
I'm
great.
sorry, it's not really your. I mean, it's still your home.
Seth, I mean, your house has always felt like home to me. Yeah, it was awesome. My dad's got this like amazing older car that we've been fixing up, and you know, it's it was a fun drive. You know, a lot of people looking at his sweet ride, and I got to dig into this, and he's like still holding this freaking ridiculously thick computer manual.
That looks interesting, man. But let me take a look at you. And I sort of grab him at the shoulders, go like, "Whoa, man! I mean, I know that I saw you like 2 months ago, but it seems like you just keep on getting more. You keep getting bigger, man. You're
Yeah. Well, you've seen that movie, right? The boxing movie, Ricky.
Yeah, of course, dude.
I got so into it, and like I've been hitting the bag, and I've been working out and stuff, and just want to live that heart of the lion life.
Dude, you can tell, man, your neck is as thick as my upper leg, man. It's amazing.
Thanks, man. Like yeah, it's good to hear that it's paying off. Just wanted to make sure that I'm able to look after May and everything.
Before I forget, because sometimes I forget things, we totally got invited to a party later up at the Ridge.
Are you serious? I've never been invited to a party before.
Oh, yeah, you specifically got invited. I did tell you that you'd committed some murders and got abducted by aliens and stole
Seth,
cars. And
I'm supposed to be keeping a low profile on these shows.
I'm sorry, dude. My idea was if we just keep spreading more and more rumors, then people get confused. They don't know what to believe anymore.
You know what? That's actually like the smartest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, dude.
Psychological.
Haven't you heard? I've been paying attention in school recently.
No way.
Yeah, man. I got goals and motivations and stuff all of a sudden. I think I'm on my way to do that adulting stuff where you keep hearing that it's so much fun.
Yeah, man. One day you're just gonna be living it up in the suburbs,
Yeah. No, yeah, no. I got it in my head to become a doctor. Didn't
awesome.
I tell you last time? Yeah, I want to go study medicine.
You were joking, because you and academics.
Well, I do know about herbs and stuff. I mean, that's already halfway there.
Pot doesn't count, man.
What? No. I know some chemical substances as well. Then, I mean, that must count for something, right? No?
I guess, yeah.
Oh, damn. No, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to doubt you. Just I don't know. I guess Jamie's been a good influence on you.
Yeah. I truly believe that she made me a better person, for sure.
As you guys are catching up, you can start to smell dinner being made downstairs. Just like probably spaghetti or something of the sort. You have a couple of hours really till you have to meet up with Jamie later at the school. So you guys have plenty of time to hang out. Well, Jamie is currently at Deja Brew. The warm and cozy atmosphere is in full swing. The smell of fresh coffee, baked goods, and the familiar aroma of pumpkin spice fill the air as the chatter of customers blends with soft music in the background. The cafe is alive with activity, string lights shaped like pumpkins casting a warm glow from the front window. Flyers advertising events for the weekend, costume contests, haunted houses, and the pep rally are pinned to a corkboard behind a cluster of small wooden tables. On each of the tables is a single sheet of news for the week, including a mini crossword and horoscopes. The highlighted section at the top of the sheet this week is Gerard Vanderclay's obituary. It's short, almost insultingly so. For someone who had been so generous to rebuilding the high school. At one of these tables sits Jamie, a to-go cup clasped in her hands. She blows through the opening, watching as steam swirls out in response to her breath. The rich smell of hot chocolate mingling with the scent of pumpkin spice wafts up. Jamie has her hair pulled back into a ponytail. She wears a white cropped shirt under an oversized plaid shirt, knotted at the front, a black plastic choker around her neck. And as she takes a sip of her hot chocolate, her eyes are darting around to make sure no one's eavesdropping. And also to make sure that no one thinks that she isn't drinking coffee. She's been very excited for the plans that she has for this evening, but she's been equally excited for the rumors of strange occurrences happening around the school. She whispers, they say there's a whole part of the school that was sealed off after the fire. Like, it's been hidden. And she drops her voice even lower and says, the school's open tonight for the pep rally. Her eyes widen. What if we, try to find it? Just look a quick look around. And as she's talking, she suddenly cocks her head and she waves a hand in front of Allison's face, who had been kind of far off for some other plans that she had today. And she goes, hello, Allison, Earth is calling. What are you thinking about so hard? You have that same look on your face when you're daydreaming about Jeremy Tyler Thompson. If you want to describe Allison to us.
Yes. So Allison is a 15-year-old girl. She's average height, so about 5'4". She has a lot of bright red hair. It's kind of curly. And a light smattering of freckles. She's currently wearing a purple sweater, a matching black choker that she got for herself and Jamie from the mall, and a plaid mini skirt. She has a pumpkin spiced coffee beverage in front of her and had just finished reading her and Jamie's horoscopes before getting lost in what she knows she has to do tonight.
Are you okay? You look like you're, I don't know. Aren't you excited for everything?
I mean, I am. I kind of have to do something even more stupid than exploring the school after dark first. So I definitely need you, and I would like to have Seth there if you think he'd come and not judge me, because it's probably better to have him there in case something weird happens.
What are you... Well, first of all, more stupid, meaning that you're kind of into the thing that I suggested, so that's good. But what's the more stupid thing?
Okay, so you know the guy I've been chatting with on the internet, Skynet?
The guy who's probably some creepy old guy behind
He's not. I promise you he's not. Because he's going to be in town and at the pep rally tonight. And I don't think they let 30-year-old perverts in. I hope. Well, Mr. Johnson in the science department, but that's a whole other thing.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to let you go alone, so...
He's... Okay, remember the show I like that I promised you can't tell anyone? Otherwise, I will bury your body in the secret wing of the school?
She's already giving you, very judgy eyes. Yeah. I remember the one.
Okay, well, he's got an autograph of Michel Miggles. Okay.
That is the nerdiest thing you've ever said.
Shut up, Jamie!
I mean, no judgment. It's...
So he's got one, and he's gonna give it to me in front of the school after the pep rally.
In front of the school, so meaning not inside the school where they don't let creepy old men?
Rob! But that's why you and Seth are gonna come.
Okay. We better do it then while everyone's around.
So there are witnesses.
Yeah.
See, I thought it through.
Sort of.
Mostly.
As you guys are talking, Jamie suddenly looks at the clock and she goes, oh, we should probably get going if we still need to grab our costumes. Otherwise, we'll be late.
Right.
And you guys kind of gather your stuff. But as you are walking towards the door of Deja Brew, and kind of chatting more about your plans, you suddenly find yourselves face to face with a familiar person, Kelsey Stevens, who is standing near the entrance, chatting with a couple of her cheerleader friends. Kelsey's perfectly styled blonde hair falls over her shoulders, and she gives you a once-over with a raised eyebrow and a small smirk playing at her overly glossed lips. And she overhears Jamie talking about you guys being late, and she goes, "Late for what? The pep rally? Like anyone would notice if you two didn't show up." And all of her friends sort of snicker on cue.
What is that right between your eyes? Oh, I thought it was maybe a third eye, but I think it's just a zit. You should probably work on that before tonight.
Jamie starts laughing. Don't you think that the pep rally is for people who actually matter? Does anyone even know who you are?
Why did they let you in?
She just kind of like flips her hair. Whatever. Not gonna waste my time on YouTube today. I have more important things to do.
Like work on that zit.
Jamie's like, okay, I think you won this one, and she like kind of pulls you through the doorway.
Allison just kind of tosses her own hair.
Jamie kind of looks back and she notices you really got under her skin. She's still looking at you right now.
Well, when you're best friends with someone in middle school and they stab you in the back, you learn how to hurt them.
Remind me not to get on your bad side.
And that's why you're never going to tell anyone about the show that I like.
Exactly. You guys start heading back to your houses to get your costumes ready for the night. Eventually, the evening comes around and the pep rally is in full gear. Seth and Zack have saved seats for Allison and Jamie. The four of you were able to say hi, but with the crowd being particularly noisy, you haven't yet had a moment to catch up. The gymnasium is roaring with enthusiasm as Kelsey Stevens encouraged the crowd to raise their voices, her tone sounding much more friendly and playful than the earlier interactions with Allison and Jamie. And she yells, "If you're loud enough, maybe we can get Corky to come out here one more time before we head home." And the crowd is going insane with cheering, "Corky, Corky!" They start chanting, and tucked away just beside the bleacher stands a young man in a frog costume, hearing the whole school chanting for more. He's got
Oh, no.
Give me a second.
I know. Yeah.
I'm just going to add in that as we get up to the bleachers and Seth and Zack are both in the bleachers,
Mm-hmm.
I just like kind of grab Jamie's arm and I'm like, who is that with Seth?
Zack.
No.
Yeah.
Him? No.
Yeah, what? Oh my god, do you think he's cute?
I didn't say anything, Jamie. Shut up.
She makes sure that you end up sitting beside Zack when you guys sit down. But yeah, Kaz, go ahead and describe what we see, and you hear everyone chanting for you to come back out into the front area.
What they see is a backflipping giant plush frog suit, just leaping over, wearing a karate gi with a green belt, patterned with lily pads and lotus flowers all over the have been stitched in to the costume, and they just do a bunch of karate moves as they're just flipping in.
What do you
And then
think
they raise their
that?
hands as everyone cheers.
What do you think that you would use for this? Do you think it's more like a finesse thing, or are you using like your fighting training, or what are you
My
doing?
fighting train.
All right, give me a fight check for this.
All right, let's go, guys! Exploding dice, let's go. Oh, mother. I'd like to leave the stream, please.
What'd you
These
get?
adversity tokens.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Damn.
I got a 3.
You that's not too bad. So while you're in like one of these really you kind of lift your leg off the ground and do a kick, and you slip and you fall right onto your ass, but everyone like loves this frog, and so they're still cheering and they think it's part of the act.
Oh yeah. Like I kind of do a little roll onto back up, and like I'm just like I'm kind of mooning the crowd as I'm just itching my bum for a minute, and then just turn and then do an oops expression as I look back to them.
You do
and I do a cartwheel.
You do like the copper tone sort of baby, like uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oopsie.
I turn to Zack and I'm like, dude, have you ever seen a cooler mascot? I'm like, I love this frog.
Are you serious? This guy seems kind of lame, man.
What?
Everyone around you
Yeah.
gives you a glare when you suggest that Corky is not cool.
even I go quiet to go, those are fighting words. And I'll not have them.
Corky is literally the best.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. He's very cool and doesn't look like a child rolling around on the floor at all.
I'm going to, as I pick myself up and I do a little frog dance, I see everyone in the crowd make a commotion about this nerd, and I'm going to make my way over to them, climbing the bleachers.
Oh shit! Did he
if
hear
that's
me?
Okay. I might
Yeah,
actually do that.
you see that those are fighting words, man.
Oh my god, he's coming.
Corky's
I put up.
Everyone
Corky's
parts.
going to get you.
Oh my gosh, Zach, you're gonna have to fight Corky in front of everybody.
I put up my.
Are you
Awesome.
And
Zack
Zack,
fighting
Like stands
is-
up and he's just like, do I actually have to fight you?
I go to the rest of the crowd and go like, no, let them fight.
Fight! It starts like breaking out through the whole crowd, and everyone's like turned now. I would like to point out 45 minutes is how long it took you to derail the
I knew it wouldn't take an hour.
Are you guys actually, what are you guys planning here?
So, Corky's going to go for a play chop to Zack's stomach, and then expose himself.
I think Zach's going to overreact and like totally be like, oh, he got me, and like play it up and like, man, how can I doubt how tough this frog is?
Okay, roll a fight for Corky and a charm for
No.
Zack.
I'm gonna kill him.
You
Oh,
decapitated
hang on.
Zack.
Oh, it was just a 2. Oh, thank God.
That's a 7 for me.
Yeah, it's very light, and you are able to
Squeak.
you're able to appease the upset crowd at the moment with this little dramatic display that you guys have put on. The people around you start getting smiles on their faces again as you play up this whole act with Corky the frog.
I turn to the crowd and go like, it's all part of the show. It's so awesome. Corky.
They all start chanting, Corky! It doesn't take anything for them to all start chanting with you.
Corky
Wow, Zach, you
stops
couldn't even
and pets
fight a
Zack.
frog?
Corky pets Seth, and then shushes Seth for a moment, and then offers to help Zack up, if that's okay.
Yeah, he takes your hand. He's like, I mean, obviously, I couldn't beat Corky. He's too powerful.
I put my ears to Zack. I'm trying to get his name.
You're trying to get my name?
You say
Zack?
Dutch.
Oh, you want me to say your name? My name. My name is Zack.
I gotta grab Zack's hand, raise it, and then I just point to Zack.
Everyone around starts. Jamie first. She's like, oh, Zack. They start chanting, but as they're chanting, people through the crowd are like, Zack. Like, there's a couple of people who are like, Zack,
Oh no,
Seth, and they start like piecing together who that is, and there's like whispering through the
So much
crowd
for
amongst
keeping a
the
low
Zack.
profile.
Yeah.
Bleachers.
But you go back to doing your routine, and there's maybe like 10 minutes left of the pep rally, and afterwards, you head into the locker room where everyone gets changed afterwards. It is a very smelly, as you'd expect, locker room. But it's like filled with energetic atmosphere. A few classmates pass by as you're still dressed in your frog costume, and they're giving you congratulatory pats on the back. Great job out there. You really got the crowd going. They move along, never really connecting the dots of who you are. Jason, unassuming and quiet in everyday life, being the most energetic mascot that they've been cheering for. And as the locker room clears out, another classmate, Dylan, lingers behind. His shirt is kind of half pulled on as he glances over at Jason. And Dylan is a senior basketball player with dark hair and deep brown eyes. He's of Asian descent, maybe mixed. And he looks over at you and he says, "You really killed it out there tonight." And I think at this point you have your frog costume, like at least the head off. He's aware of who you are behind that. No one hypes up a crowd like you do, man.
Jason actually, he does things a bit ass backwards sometimes in life. He actually leaves the helmet on as like he's taking everything else. He takes the helmet's the last thing to go. It's part of his ritual. But as he's still there staring at, sorry, what was his name again? Sorry,
Dylan.
I was distracted. Dylan. As he looks at Dylan with this giant frog head on. Thanks, bro. He says with a very deep voice.
He goes, don't linger around here too long, though, okay? There's been some weird things happening lately. Or at least that's what people have been saying.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. That's my friend Zack. He's come back to town. He brings aliens with him all the time. It's probably it's the government. They're after it, you see.
As you say the government, the lights kind of flicker on and off in this eerie pattern in the locker room for a moment. And Dylan looks up and he's like, "Is that the government?"
As he pulls out a folded bit of tinfoil and then places it on top of it, like just this tiny square of tinfoil on Dylan's head, and then puts it on his own as he shushes him. Okay, yeah, it was. It's got to be.
He just gives you like the strangest look, and he's like, "Thanks." He kind of like takes the hat off, puts it into his locker, closes it, and he says, "Are you heading to the ridge later?"
I mean, if Seth and Zack are, yeah, you gonna be there?
Oh yeah. I was hoping to see you there actually.
Oh, then yeah, no, I can stop by.
All right. Well,
Everything okay?
no, just you're kind of cool, man. He's gonna throw his bag over his shoulder, and he starts like leaving the locker room. And you could swear for a second that you see his eyes like flick down you, and for like a hot second, and then says, "Well, see you there then."
Jason blushes slightly as like he gets told that he's cool. And he just must, I'm not cool. As he watches Dylan walk away. Jason's kind of grown a bit more since like his since they last saw him. His picked a few inches and become a bit more square in his build, a bit more from all his training as a green belt in karate now, surpassing the white belt, moving on to green. He's been hitting the gym. He's been working on himself. And after dropping that kleptomaniac streak, he's picked up some dumbbells instead. As he goes to tie his hair into underneath a turban, as he gets dressed to go find his friends.
And you are one of the last people there. Actually, you are the last person there. As you, the rest of
Boys.
you are gathered at the main entrance of the school. Some of the students are hanging around. Others are waiting for their friends to get changed into their costumes in the washroom. The four of you are standing around, and Jamie's kind of bouncing her leg a little bit impatiently. Like, why is he always late?
I have no idea. It's like he's secretly a superhero as well. You ever thought about that? You know,
Are you guys
When
talking
guys
about
get-
the new
when
the
guys.
new Ratman?
Oh, there you are, Jason. Hey, the new Red
Jason,
Man. Yes,
good to
yes.
see you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I've been practicing. It's a new karate move I've been learning. Sneaking.
You were practicing karate while everyone else was at the pep rally?
Always. While you guys were busy at the pep rally, I was studying the chop. While you guys sleep, I study the chop. And when
He's
you guys
probably
are
just
at school,
stealing stuff from people's lockers while they were there.
Can you study how
Hey,
your
man,
mom makes your samosas so I don't
man.
have to sneak down at my mom's book club to steal them?
oh, that's
What?
you stealing? You could have asked. I would have told my mom to give you.
Oh
She's
my gosh,
amazing.
please, please. My mom keeps Fig Newtons and Snackwell cakes in the house, and that is it.
Or you could just come back to mine and just get some. She's always making food for Seth.
I mean, you could just. Well, I'll just meet you at school and you can bring them there.
He shrugs his shoulders. Hey, Zack, as he goes to high five Zack.
Yeah, he high fives them and then like pulls him into like a bro hug.
He squeezes you.
Oh man, you've gotten stronger.
It's karate. He says in the deeper voice. You see, I keep telling you, you got to stop watching boxing. Karate's where it's at.
No man, Ricky, this is like the best movie. It motivates me every time I watch it.
Ricky, it's just one of those. You're talking about it for the next few months, and then after that, it's just a trend. It's just a trend.
It's gonna go back to judo,
Karate-
do you think?
Exactly. Judo Boy they've made 3 Judo Boys in the time they made 1 Ricky.
I mean,
boxing's here to stay. I bet they make like at least 4 more of these.
you know, maybe if we look hard enough in the video store, maybe we can actually already find some sequels for Ricky.
Maybe.
Okay, well, you all discuss your favorite weird movies. Jamie, I need you. Seth, I actually need to borrow you two.
What,
We'll be
me?
back in like 5
What's
minutes.
that about?
What?
And like right at that moment, Zach's like super complicated like computer watch just starts beeping. It's like, oh, I have to actually. I'll meet you guys back here in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. This
I
is
mean-
weird, but okay.
Maybe we should just ask Jason to come too.
Yeah, take Jason and Seth. I'll be back. And then Zach just runs off like full speed.
All right.
I think Jamie like goes up to Seth and goes, "So I just need you to come with us real quick. Just look very look like you're dangerous."
Yeah, if you two could just look intimidating and don't do anything unless it gets weird.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
maybe
stay
you-
like that. We can move and you can stay like that.
Oh my gosh, Jamie, stop being gross about your boyfriend.
Not all of us can get older men like you, Allison.
Damn it, shut up.
Whispering.
Don't worry about it, Seth.
Okay, I just want to know. Like, am I here for full 200% support? But is what are we doing here?
I'm just meeting somebody is all, okay? For just like a second.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we're supposed to meet them outside by the flagpole, and you guys. There's 2 doorways leading outside of the school into the front yard, where there's kind of like a courtyard sort of area, and that's where the flagpole is. So you're kind of heading out with some of the crowd. It's dispersed a bit now, but there's still kind of people hanging around at the front, waiting for their friends and making plans. Half of the people are now in their costumes. Jamie kind of goes arm in arm with Allison towards the flagpole as they wait for maybe a couple of minutes.
Okay, he's supposed to be in like a bird costume. I don't know, something about like protecting his identity. I don't know.
Wait, is he one of those like bird nerds that just watches birds or something?
Look, Seth, it's probably better if you just don't ask questions.
Hey, if you need me to shut up and just be here, that's totally fine with me.
Please.
About that time, a guy with like a black bird mask and a cloak, dressed like Blackbird, the crime fighting detective, comes walking up to the flagpole, and he's like looking around. He's like, kind of notices your group, and he's
there's like,
watch out, Allison! It's a creepy guy in a bird mask. I can hit him over the head. Just give me the word.
No, wait. Only if he gets weird and creepy.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Question: Is Jason here at this time? By the way, or was Jason?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
You were
Jason
invited to come and be more
I'll
backup.
go.
You guys are the muscle right now.
I'm already ready. Step back, fiend.
hi. I'm supposed to be meeting a friend here.
Oh, that's interesting. We've got a friend meeting someone as well.
Yeah.
Are you Skynet?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skynet
No,
89.
I'm Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
You're not so clueless.
Yeah. Do you have it or not? Okay, we don't have to like keep talking or anything. Just like, do you have it?
You're into Space Voyage?
Shut up.
Guys, what's happening here? There's something in the air. I don't know what it is.
They're trying to keep secrets from the government.
I've got the signature. I got it at the con last month.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna go now. But thank you.
Yeah, totally. No problem. I'll talk to you again later.
I couldn't
And
tell
then-
if he was like an old guy. As you guys,
And then
like,
Allison's just gonna like take it and immediately like take 20 steps away.
Yeah,
Sure, I saw a
and
beard
Zack
under that
just
mask.
kind of disappears into the crowd and goes to put his costume back in his backpack.
What was that all about?
Oh, just some creepy old guy was giving
He's
Allison
not-
something.
Old. He's nice.
you can be old
you
and
can-
nice.
Yeah, we don't know
exactly.
if he's old or not.
My
He was
dad's
wearing
nice.
a mask.
My mom makes samosas all the time. She's lovely. She's an absolute delight.
Your mom is fantastic.
She is,
Thank you.
to be honest. Yeah.
So we
Big
gotta
time's
wait.
always.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hello, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Do you see that creepy guy? Old fella.
Nope, I didn't see
Yep.
any creepy guys.
So creepy old guy with a bird mask. Saw
And
no
your
one?
costume was like covering up like your khakis and button up.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, the bird mask did make me think about the thing. You know, like 2 years ago.
By John.
Oh no. Okay, we're not. Okay.
No, we don't talk about that anymore.
Okay. Sorry. Sometimes I mean.
What bird mask? What are you talking about?
No, just someone in a bird mask costume. But I mean, like half the people here are in costumes. So
Sounds like a
And
cool
Allison is
costume.
like quickly checking the envelope to make sure it is what it's supposed to be, and then like sticks it back in and like holds it to her chest, and no one can like see what it is.
I promise it's not like drugs or anything. She says, just
I mean, if it
What
was,
you got
we could
there,
just test
Allison?
Seth. Nothing.
Wait, what did you say? Were you throwing shade?
No, it wasn't meant to be like you're into that, and that's fine. Like whatever.
All right.
Yeah, let people
all right.
be into whatever they're into. You know, people shouldn't have to hide their interests.
I totally agree. I made a joke earlier at the expense of people loving birds, and I just want to say that I don't mean it. I think birds are cool too, and if people like watching them all day, then like good on
What are
them.
you even talking about, Seth?
I made a
What are you
joke about
talking about?
bird people earlier.
Are you a bird
you-
person?
Me, a bird person.
kind of sounds like you are.
I think you're into birds.
Do you watch Birds, Seth? You can tell us it's a safe space.
I mean, I like the movie. Oh,
The Raven.
Painted yourself in a corner on that one.
What's another word for birds?
Avians.
Hey. We both got there. I loved Avians. The Raven, also a terrific movie. Like, did you hear that of the accident that happened while they were shooting the movie? It's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I hope they'll never
Who does a
remake that
katana?
movie. That would be awful.
very unsafe.
Yeah.
They teach you that in karate. That's always keep your katana on safety.
Did you get it though? Is that
Yes. Okay.
God,
I know I
what?
never have to talk
Guys,
about it
Are you,
again.
are you going to share what you
No.
got? Or okay, well, okay. Sorry for
Focus, I
asking.
guess.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Allison here, who strikes me as a very cool person. So it's probably like what signed picture of cinnamon spice or something.
That would be amazing.
that would be amazing. I'd be so
Yeah.
Oh,
jealous.
speaking of, we should probably go put on our costumes, Jamie.
Yes.
We'll be right
Uh,
back.
Actually, can we meet you guys inside? Because I don't know if you guys have heard about the statue that it got defaced last week, and then some weird stuff started happening around the school. Like someone just broke their leg right afterwards around the statue, and then other people say the lights like flicker off when you say "Tender Clay."
Yeah, Zach,
What
isn't
you
like
mean, though?
weird, creepy stuff like right up your alley?
Yeah,
But,
you
like,
I
took
in-
it.
mean-
in the
When they're actually properly substantiated, this sounds like, somebody had an accident near a statue.
It sounds to me like you're scared.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm happy to go with you guys. It just doesn't seem like it's worth time investigating something so silly.
Jamie already held my arm like behind my back until I agreed to come with her. So
we teach you
okay,
some self-defense.
I mean, don't we want to go to that party that we were invited to?
oh, we'll go to the party. But I mean, what time is it?
I mean, nobody even gets there to parties right when they start.
No, it's like
Oh,
It'd be
really?
really uncool if you shut up right now.
past midnight. People will start
I didn't
showing
know
up.
that.
Like if you want to be one of the cool guys, you show up around like 1 a.m.
But
So we have time. Is all I'm saying.
okay.
What's everyone
Alright,
dressing
well,
up as?
let's go check it out, I guess. Oh, you guys wanted to put on your costumes. I forgot mine.
If you want, yeah,
Are
I
we
think
going
my
to?
brother's got some boxing gloves. You want to be goes Ricky?
That would actually be really cool. I could do that.
Yeah, man. You take off your shirt and then just the boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And Jamie,
okay.
I mean, oh, you're Jamie. I'm Allison. I'm gonna get this correct. Allison kind of freezes for just like half a second.
Holy shit, dude!
All
Look
right,
at this
yeah,
guy,
let's-
man. He got so
No, it's-
jacked.
It's cold. Put your jacket back on. It's freezing.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
How cold is it?
There we go.
Well, anyway, Jamie, we're gonna go put on our costumes right now, right?
Yeah. Why are you saying that so high pitched? She says as you kind of like drag her away to go get dressed.
You don't have to point out everything that someone does, okay? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm learning still.
I'm looking at
Amy's just
Zack
proud of
and
being
then at
observant.
Allison and then back to Zack and then back to Allison. Just what's happening here this evening?
What do you mean?
I don't know anymore, dude. Everyone is acting weird. But are we going to put on our costumes before we go? Are we going
I think that
to
would be best.
are we going to explore the school while wearing costumes? Is that the idea?
I think. Oh, it could be just like. Give me a second. I gotta look up. It'd be like a reverse of the of a swoop-de-doo, the Curiosity Band.
Yes.
If we are the ones in costume and we're searching for the bad guy, the thing.
Who will not be
happening?
in costume? Is that the thing? Is that the thing?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's gonna be just some guy in a suit or something.
Swoopty swoopty doo, where are you? Right, that's
Like-
the theme song.
So while you guys are doing that, Jamie and Allison have made their way to the girls' bathroom to get changed. There's a couple of girls kind of hanging around in there. They don't look like they're not in costume, and it looks like they kind of hide something when you guys enter the room, and then they're like, oh, and they take it back out, and you can see that they're like all three of them are sharing like a single can of beer.
They're gonna be wasted.
Whatever. Just Principal Doherty is gonna come check in like 20 minutes, so just heads up.
We should probably move then. Thanks, that's pretty cool of you, says one of them, who's like wearing a beat up denim jacket, just like covered in all of these like patches and stuff. She has her red hair kind of like pulled up into a bun. See you at the party later?
Yeah.
Cool. They kind of go out the opposite door, leaving the two of you in the bathroom. Jamie's kind of pulling her stuff out for her costume. It's like a big wig. Like, how did she fit it in her bag kind of big with some leopard print clothing. And you guys get changed. She comes out of the stall.
Allison is in like a Union Jack baby doll dress and is putting like little clips in her hair.
You make such a good cinnamon spice.
I cannot remember. What did we name yours?
Brown sugar.
That's right. Oh, and you are the best brown sugar spice ever.
Thanks. I'm not used to these. And she kind of like points to the big platform shoes she's currently wearing.
I mean, you just take big steps. You like stand really straight and you just like ooze confidence.
She tries a couple of steps down the length of the bathroom. Looks a little bit awkward, like giraffe at first, because she is a pretty tall girl to begin with. And then she finally gets the hang of it, and she's like, okay, I think I got this.
Plus, if anything weird happens, you can just like smash anybody.
Oh, like a weapon.
Exactly.
Cool and functional. And she like leans in and she starts putting like glitter on her face.
That's why Biffy fights vampires in them.
I always wondered about that. Like, it seems so impractical, but I guess you're right.
Feminine, and you can kick ass.
I like that. Yeah. You guys finish getting ready. What are the boys doing right now?
So, Seth.
Yeah.
How do you guys know this Allison girl?
I mean, like she and Jamie hit it off at school really well, and they became sort of best friends. And then she's part of the group, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. She seems really cool.
Yeah, she is. She totally is. And then I look at it, like, so why are you asking this?
No reason.
Okay, dude. Well, I mean, she'll probably be around the entire time you're here, as long as we're all together. I mean, you'll see plenty of her. You get to know her.
You think so? Like she's not going to be,
Yeah.
weirded out by me being a nerd who's obsessed with conspiracy theories or anything?
She's
Oh
one
no,
of
don't
her.
worry. I've versed her in all the theories.
I mean, I don't know. She might be. I don't actually know if what her stance is on conspiracy theories and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's one of her friends, man. She will never.
It would definitely be weird if she was like secretly super into them.
Well,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, definitely.
totally. What are the odds that there's like 2 conspiracy nerds in the same county?
Yeah, especially
Right?
one that looks like her.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm really tired. It was a long drive out here, guys.
All right, let's just like. Are we actually going to change into costume, or are we just going to?
Well, I mean,
explore
I'm in
school
costume.
first?
You're not going to get in
I
costume.
mean, I've got
now?
my Karate Kid costume ready at home.
I mean, I open up my bag and I'm like, I left my costume at home. I'll change before we go to the party.
Oh, don't worry. We can put something on you. You can dress up as me, as he takes up his turban and puts it on your head.
My head.
Yeah.
You're giving me a turban? Whoa, does this
You can
mean?
be me.
Is this now? Oh,
As
give me all
as
your
you
cash. I said.
as you
to
guys
Seth.
are doing this, and there's some kids walking by. They see that Jason hands his turban off, and you hear a whisper. I don't think he can do that.
Hey,
Does this
not your
make
culture.
me? Does this make me like a priest now or something, or like a holy person?
No. It's you covering your hair to show respect. That's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Respect us by hiding that head of yours. It's gross.
Okay.
I'd like to know, especially with like how much practice and how much time, like how busy Jason is essentially, like with like the gym essentially now, karate, and like his secret gig. It's not often he gets to hang out with Seth, even though like they're still in the same town. So you can almost, I guess, like for Seth as well, the two try to make time often whenever Zack is able to come by, or whenever they go to see Zack. And so you can see that that like Seth has, or not sorry, Jason has a like nostalgicness to his like and wistfulness, as like he's like with you guys, and it's almost like he doesn't want to say much, as he just like kind of listens and just stays in your presence throughout the journey, getting your stuff.
Yeah. All right. Take your turban back, man. It feels wrong to wear it. That's your
Okay.
that's your thing.
Give me a
But
t-shirt and tie on the.
thank you for giving it to me. Yeah.
It's okay.
As you
If
guys are
anything, I do some stuff. Sorry. Go on.
as you guys are having this exchange, and Jason is like looking all wistful at the other two. Jamie comes up. She's in her costume. She's like towering over everybody now, especially with the size of the wig that she's wearing. And she like puts a hand on Jason's back and says, why are you looking at them like that?
What's this?
When
No
Jamie
reason.
walks back up, you can hear a
Use my eyes.
skateboard fall to the ground really loud. As Seth just mouth agape, just stares at Jamie.
What?
That euphemism.
And she looks at Allison. Do I look bad?
You look amazing. He's like checking you out. Oh my gosh, Jamie, I think he likes you.
Oh my gosh, maybe I should ask him out on a date.
You totally should.
Where's your costumes?
Wait, we were just.
Seth, you have to take your mouth and you have to close it.
You look amazing. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you. I thought I would look weird with, I'm already tall and these are taller and I feel kind of exposed up here.
No, but she looks so good. That's what I've been telling her.
I mean,
Yeah, for real, Jamie.
brown sugar,
You're really
get away.
rocking that look.
The new brown sugar is right here. You look amazing. I can't believe this.
Okay, can we stop paying attention to me now? Allison
Yeah,
also
okay,
looks great.
You're
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say actually, it's obvious that you didn't get a signed picture of Cinnamon because she's right here. So
Oh my gosh,
don't
Zach,
need
don't
it.
be weird.
Gag.
I'm just saying that looks really good on you. And since that's not what's in the envelope, I guess I'll have to keep guessing.
Or we
It
could
can-
just not talk about the envelope anymore at all. Seth, I told you, you got the hair for paprika spice. Like you could join us.
I would if you like I had a costume prepared, but I'm so sorry I forgot it. I meant to put it in my backpack, but with Zack coming over, I totally forgot to put it in there. It's at
So
home.
none of you three have a costume?
I can still change before we go to the ridge.
I'm in costume. I'm Ricky.
He's
And
in
then like
costume. He's-
Allison like really looks over at Seth. I mean Zach, dang it, names. For the first time since walking back out and kind of like remembers again and she just like freezes up for a second again.
Although I don't know if I can really pull off the Ricky look fully with my Jeremy Tyler Thompson haircut.
I mean it's not a bad costume. So if you stand in front of me and go, Allison, even once, I will punch you in the throat so hard you can never say it again.
I guess you get that a lot.
It's
All the time.
worst.
Well,
So
I was just going to say if you since I still have to change, if you really need a paprika spice, I would be convinced to do it for you guys.
I think that would be pretty funny. I mean, cool.
All right, I'll do it. I'm changing my costume. I was going to be one of the adolescent salamanders, but paprika spice. I mean, do you guys have a costume for me?
We could probably get something together. She just wears like all black, right?
All right, yeah, we can do that.
That's always
Once-
confused me. You'd think with a name like Paprika, she'd wear red or something, but
Hey, if it was red, I was already halfway there. But
We'll just like get a black tank top and like make it a crop top for you. And you can just, just do the dances. I know you know the dances, Jamie told me.
I'm sorry.
you told her.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was so cute.
wow, Seth.
It's fine. Okay, well, cats out
And
the
yet you
bag.
pretend you're only into Valhalla and you got this grungy look going. You're actually dancing to the what are they called? The seasoning
Hey.
lady?
Seasoning ladies.
What can I say? What can I say? I like dancing.
Do you guys want to go in then?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we
Before
should
they lock
probably
up the school.
yeah, we should probably go while there's still people around here, so we're not like totally out of place or something.
Oh, I gotta go find Dylan as well. Jason also exclaims after. I assume we got his bucket, Zach's boxing gloves and
Wait,
like karate.
Dylan, like the basketball player, Dylan?
Yeah,
How do you know him?
yeah, we're cool.
You don't play basketball.
Jim. Yeah, we know each other from gym.
I
That
can't
makes
remember.
total
Did we
sense.
make up like an insight check version
you-
for this game?
Can Jason roll grit, and then if you guys want, you can roll charm to see if you notice anything.
Yes.
I'm not going to roll.
6.
I'm quickly going to check something.
Good lord.
And 8.
Oh,
What did you get, Jason?
2.
Yeah, you definitely notice there's something not quite right with what Jason's telling you. He's holding back something.
Oh my gosh, Jamie, I think Jason's blushing.
Don't stop.
Wait, real? She looks at.
What aren't you telling us, Jason?
Nothing. I've got a friend at gym. That's like I can have friends outside of this group.
I mean, I guess. I thought you were so busy, though.
Yeah, you're always
but,
too
like-
busy to come hang out.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm busy from other things. Like I have gym friends and I have karate friends. I can have
I
other
guess that
circles.
makes sense. So, you're being weird about it, though. You're acting
I
like
don't know.
you're acting exactly the way you acted when you stole my Fruta action figure.
Listen, yeah, that you said you dropped that. I apologized.
But I'm not holding
And
it
I gave
against
you
you. I'm
all-
saying that's how you're acting.
Man, Zach,
Sorry,
do you
I'm
always love
getting
to
into it.
interrogate? Like me with the envelope, Jason with whatever this is.
Oh, he's just like that. He likes to know everything.
He
I
wants
like
to know
Oh, that's
where
It's
it
right.
alright.
is.
Unless it's a mystery
learning
to
on-
school, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm too cool for that.
He's like Redman, the investigator, you know? Hangs out in his rat cave.
I already said I'm like Blackbird.
Okay.
Oh, are you a Blackbird fan?
I guess. I mean, world's greatest investigator, right?
Whatever.
Ain't holding nothing against
I still like Redman better, but okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
Jason
Ratman's-
is like
Ram's got a
Ratman.
funk to him, you know.
Do you have like some sort of secret identity we don't know about Jason, and that's why you're acting so weird? Are you
No-
fighting
no.
crime at night? Well, you do. You have all of the things. You have you have so many hobbies that could lend well to having some sort of secret identity. You're never around. You always disappear every
I would-
time we go to a pep rally.
Yes, and this is what I was talking about earlier.
See, yeah, we know, but there's something.
As you mentioned that, Jason will like try to quickly brush aside all the allegations and the interrogation. I would never hide my face from striking the fear into those that seek justice with my karate.
Yeah. Besides, if he was secretly anything, it'd probably be like a burglar. You know, given that the last time he was at my house, my Grey Boo action figure also disappeared.
Are you still
Wait,
feeling?
Jason's like training Corky to do karate.
He goes red.
He does do
No,
karate
no.
moves.
He does do karate moves.
Okay,
Are
fine.
you secretly
Okay.
training Corky?
Fine. I'm teaching Dylan how to do karate. Okay, at gym.
Okay,
Is
Jason.
Dylan Corky?
Oh, Dylan's not.
Oh,
Corky.
he's too tall for
Dylan plays with
Oh,
Corky.
that's true.
Corky was about
exactly. Corky was like. I see
Anyway,
gestures
back
here,
to- back
like
to
he's a
the-
bit
Yeah,
bubbling.
so we
Back
should
to the-
definitely go into the school before I get locked.
Yeah. While we were walking towards the school, I just want to bring up again that the Redman versus the Blackbird debate. It doesn't make sense that Blackbird lives in a cave and like rats can live in caves, like blackbirds.
Birds don't even live in caves.
What?
he doesn't live in the cave, he hides in the cave to
He does
do
all
his
this stuff
detective
there.
work.
It's like,
Why not hide in a tree where like birds hide?
yes, that would make more sense.
How would you build an entire crime lab in a tree? It doesn't make any
Dude,
sense.
he's a multi-billionaire.
Have you
Jamie,
seen?
was it always like this before?
Yes,
Have you seen Danny
Jamie at
Spiker's
the
house?
same
Tree house. It's a
Jamie at
mansion.
the same time is like she just sighs into you at the moment.
We were
This
definitely
is-
like leading the group while they're behind, just like, "Whoa."
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Jamie and Allison lead you guys through the school. You go down this so there's like kind of the entrance, and then you take a left and you turn down to where all of the freshman lockers are. It's dark. They're trying not to encourage people to like wander around the school. And then you go further down to where the grade 10 lockers are, and there's this little alcove where there is a statuette of Gerard Vanderclay, who's a man with very sharp features. You can see that there is some caution tape over this like carved out space, and that there is a crack currently through the statue. And as you guys head there, and the boys, I imagine, are still kind of like bickering over superhero stuff, Jamie looks it over and says, well, like, how do we find a secret entrance, though?
Zack, isn't this your kind of thing?
It is.
All right. It's supposed to be on the statue?
They said around or behind. I don't know.
What do you know about this guy anyway, Zach? Did you do your research on
Didn't
him?
he like own all of Orbeez?
Well,
I mean-
yeah. Unfortunately, he really covered his tracks, though. I know that Orbeez is a front, but he knows what he's doing. He's all the
Front for
documents are in
what?
order.
Like really bad tasting roast beef?
Well, that's just it. That's exactly it. Don't you get it? There are Orbeez everywhere. Every town in America has an Orbeez.
Because
None
every
of them
town
are
in
ever
America
full.
has really bad taste buds.
No, but none of them are full. You've never seen one full. Not once. I guarantee it, because nobody eats it. It's garbage.
I've also never seen a taco triangle full, but it's all that Seth ever eats.
Well,
Whoa,
Seth is
you're
keeping
putting
that
me on
business
blast here?
single-handedly.
I didn't know I was going to be in Corp today.
I've told you, man, that's the reason you're farting all the time.
Well, why is everybody always
I-
picking on me?
I mean, Livy, didn't you guys say Livy ate from there? She seemed fine, right?
No, I think she ate Pickles Garden.
Oh.
Oh, Livy, back in yeah,
Wait, who?
Pick up B-Town.
it's a friend of ours.
from Willow Creek.
She babysat Zach.
Yeah,
She
totally
did
Zach's
not
baby.
babysit
I'm
me.
just
Totally Zach's
saying.
baby. Hey, that's what I mean. It
She
was
was supposed to be a tutor, which was ridiculous because she was dumb as a box of rocks. But
Did you have a crush on your babysitter?
no, I don't have a crush on Libby, all right?
Livy was cool, but she was.
Not my type.
How's she doing, by the way?
I don't know, man. She's dating this weirdo. I don't really hang around her very much anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. In fact, there's not really much of anyone to hang around back there anymore. It's just kind of lame these days.
That's why you should enjoy tonight, and we should
True.
get up to some stuff.
All right.
Back
Let me see what I can do.
like the
Then.
good old days.
He digs around in his backpack, trying to hide the fact that his costume is very much inside there. Do you need me to roll
I
something?
want to roll a check for that. Yeah. Maybe like flight or brains, depending on how you want to approach your strategy of doing so.
Well, as soon as he like kneels down to open it up, he remembers like he has that right in there, and so he's going to like strategically twist his body and like open it and shove it down all the way to the bottom as he's digging in to reach for something else. So I think brains.
Okay.
That's not so good though. That's not so good. I'll use the adversity token and bring it up to a 5. This is my D20, like,
Oh no!
and I've rolled a 4 and a 1.
Yeah, that's You brought it up to a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that. Are any of you guys watching as he prepares to do this?
I will, because I want some drama to happen.
Okay, so you can roll a charm check for that then.
You want me to roll as well as I watch? Or-
Yes. Yep. If you're
And this-
watching.
Only a 3. The dice do not will it yet.
Damn, 3 as well. Can we put us together? Can I use my help action?
I rolled a 14. Oh wait,
Look.
oh wait, it's not D&D. I just don't roll a D20. Sorry.
Pretty easy to beat a 5 when you roll a d20.
Well, I rolled a d20.
Well, to
I
be
rolled
fair,
an 8.
My
I rolled
grim
an
was
8 on a
D20 and I
D12.
rolled 2.
Oh. What did Seth
I
get?
rolled an 8 on a D12.
So you do note that Zack has a costume that he previously said he didn't, and you were there, so you recognize the costume as he pushes it down to the bottom. What are you guys doing?
Seth, are you like, what is happening?
Ooh.
Seth's being weird again, all right? I think he's got a fart. And then he's like,
Ah,
he pulls out.
Be careful, dude.
He pulls out like a big plastic bag full of white powder.
Okay.
what is
And-
that?
Are those drugs?
What? Drugs?
You better be doing drugs.
Are you
Jason.
selling drugs?
I mean, not
Are
Jason,
you
sorry.
high
Zach.
right now? Guys, no.
No,
It's
we're
fingerprinting
not-
powder. Gosh.
What powder?
Oh.
It's for like fingerprinting and stuff, you know?
Oh,
Lifting a fingerprint.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's not a single fingerprint in that.
Oh my god, Cass. Oh man.
So what are you planning to
My
do
bad.
with this powder?
Okay, so first things first, he's gonna kind of like take a bit of a handful and just kind of like let it sprinkle out gently and like kind of go around the statue like that to see if there's any sort of like breeze coming out of it, any sort of airflow.
You're feeling around, you said?
No, like sprinkling powder
Oh,
around it
okay.
to see if there's any sort of opening involved in the statue or the base of the statue, then there should be airflow.
Roll a brains check for me.
Use the cup. Let's hope for something greater than a 4. There we go. That's 15.
All right. Yeah, you're sprinkling this around. You're doing it on the statue itself because it's kind of
Like-
like on a podium sort of thing.
Like around the podium and stuff to see if there's
All right. So when you're doing that around the podium, yeah, like immediately, not only do you see that it kind of moves around, but you do see like scratch marks on the floor in one direction for the podium itself. There.
no shit.
What's up? What's wrong?
wait, did you actually find something?
I actually found something. I cannot believe you guys got me into this.
What? We always get out of things.
What
We're
did you
supposed to
find?
be
And if we
laying
don't, I'll throw it
low.
from-
We're supposed to be making sure that it's safe for
You're
me
supposed
come
to be
back and
laying
visit.
low. You who fought Corky in the stands is supposed to be laying low.
I didn't plan that. Corky came
Good.
after me.
Good job, Zach.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you said something.
You weren't even
You
there,
weren't
Jason.
even there.
I heard. Dylan was telling me.
But hey, man, what's better than laying low than sneaking around our own high school instead of attending a party where?
No, we're going.
like, everyone-
We're definitely going to the party later.
Yeah, we are. But I'm just saying that this is not going to be the most out there thing we're doing tonight. This is pretty low key. We're sneaking around. We're being quiet and sneaking around. So good, man.
Speaking, we need to get in there before they come check the school.
All
It's
right,
like
all
the
right.
good old days.
Seth, give me a hand. I think we need to push it.
Yeah. Okay.
What, you think the girls can't push it?
Oh,
You
I
can't
know
see
that
past
Jamie
them,
can. I
right?
can know that Jamie could do it by herself, but
You guys all just start talking over each other.
See, Jamie, you have to keep them scared at all times.
As she's saying that, Zack leans into Seth and goes, "She's kind of scary, though, isn't she?"
I know, dude.
Okay, can you guys roll a bronze check for me?
Yeah. It's 3.
It's 6 on
Alright.
the D6.
Wait, that means it explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a 5, but I get a +1 on
Oh.
bronze.
Right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no. If it was a natural 6, it would have exploded.
All right, so 2 of you together takes like it's not a very impressive display of you guys pushing this thing, but you do actually get it like with some grunting and groaning.
Allison is just watching the whole thing.
You you guys slide it, and you see that there's kind of like these tracks on the floor as you're moving it away from the spot that it's at. And instead of opening up something below it, you can see that the wall along this like carved out space in the wall starts sliding at the same like as you push it, it slides, that sort of situation. And behind it, you can see this sort of it's a small hallway, and it looks old, and you can see scorch marks, probably a remnant of the school fire. But behind there and beyond it, you can see a small door with a like kind of fogged glass window. It's about 15 feet long before you get there, leading into some sort of office space. And Jamie's eyes go wide, and she's like, "Did we really find something?"
I mean, let's go see what's in there.
Yeah. Digging into his bag once more, Zack pulls out a couple of flashlights and tosses them to like each person. Pays to be prepared.
Can you
Thanks,
guys
Zach.
tell me?
How big is your backpack, Zach?
What's that?
I said, how big is your backpack? What all do you have in there?
Oh, I've got radio, little toolkit, camera, some maps, measuring tape, calculator, some books, pencils, clothes.
Whatever.
Alien.
And Jamie, Allison's just gonna start like walking into the hallway.
Can you tell me the order you guys are going down this hallway? As you
I'll take lead. I'd like to
kind of you kind of go into with swoop-de-doo detective mode where you guys are all like lying down the hallway with your flashlights. Jason, you're in the lead. You open up the door. You go to open it up, and it's locked.
It's locked.
Dwarves, man, it's just like dwarves in dark caves. It's always the doors that get you.
Hold on. Can I pull a pin out of my hair and try to unlock this door?
Yeah, what do you want to use for that?
I want to use brains because I've learned how to do this. I haven't had to use it to get in or out of my house yet, but I'm hitting the age where I think that would be a useful skill to have for said parties that I'm now getting invited to.
All right, go ahead and roll brains for me.
Okay. That is a 12 on a 12 plus 11.
Explode.
Ooh, yeah, you kind of go forward.
So, yeah, Allison just like cracks her fingernails and is like, hold on, Jason. And just like, okay, it's open.
So Zack, as Jason like turns the knob, immediately goes to his backpack and is like pulling out his little mini toolkit because he's done this many times. And by the time he pulls it out, Allison's unlocking the door, and he's just like,
Little
that was so cool.
I mean, what? It's not hard.
That was pretty awesome, Allison.
You're
Pretty
pretty
And she'll
badass.
just like take the hairpin and put it back in.
All right,
All right,
Jason.
Jamie, did I get it back in the right spot?
She kind of helps you put it in the right spot. Jason, the door is unlocked for you now. Do you open it?
I creak it, so I crack it open as I peek through.
You see there is a maybe about 15-foot wide square room. You immediately see that there is another door like the one that you just opened right across. It is dark, so when you flash your light around, you can see that there are scorch marks all on the top of the room. This weird cold draft just like wafts out from the room, and you see that there are it's mostly bare in here, but there is a untouched, actually in well-conditioned file cabinet on the left side of the room. And you can see on the right side of the room there is a kind of dilapidated school desk and chair, and that seems to be all that's in the room at the moment. And when you kind of take in the entirety of the room, the lights kind of flicker on and then off again for just a moment. And you can swear that you see some dark figure just kind of move across with this flicker.
Do you think those are those permanent records they always threaten us with?
No, that was a ghost. That was a spooky dookie. That was a terrifying ghoulie.
Wait, where? Is the ghost with us right now?
No, it's not. No, I wouldn't allow it to be. Because we're leaving.
We just got here.
As his voice goes, pitch shifts back to his adolescent.
Jason, there's no such thing as ghosts, all right?
No, you can't say that. They're not like the government. These things are real.
No, the government is real. Ghosts are not.
Yeah, prove it.
I mean, didn't we sort of see ghosts?
Exactly.
We've seen that wasn't a ghost. It was
the paranormal activity is beyond.
Anyway, I'm putting up my shield.
Jamie, when have you seen ghosts?
It's a long story.
I mean, you told me about, but you didn't tell me about that.
I mean, I didn't. It was a secondhand story.
Now is not the
wasn't
time
there when we didn't see a ghost.
I mean, there was a sort of bird.
So when you ask questions, you can ask as much as you want until someone caves. But I can't ask when you've seen ghosts.
I'm telling you, it wasn't a ghost.
What
the
was
ghosts
it then,
aren't
Zack?
real.
Go on, Zack. Explain. What was it?
Yeah. What was it, Zack?
I don't know. Maybe it was someone being beamed up on space voyage.
Explain the
Oh,
dead
you were a
guy.
space voyage fan? That makes sense.
That came alive.
Explain the dead guy with unresolved issues appearing as a giant, crazy bird demon.
Yeah.
What are you
around.
talking about?
Maybe it was a demon, not a ghost. I don't know.
Bird demon.
It was a biological experiment. That
I mean, if it looked like
awry.
Demon and Biffy, then it wouldn't be so bad.
That's true.
Oh,
this ain't good stuff. It was like gestures of humanoid shape.
Listen, there's no point in standing here arguing about whether ghosts are real or not.
True.
There is a
Totally agree.
You're right.
brand new,
We should be
clean-looking filing cabinet in this room that doesn't match anything else.
A
and I
filing
wanna know
cabinet
what's in
that
it.
says it needs to look into it.
Go ahead, I'll be here protecting us with my shield.
You say I can't protect as he shakes his head. Okay.
Well, why don't you go then, Jason?
Let's
Jason,
be,
do
let's
you
be
want to hold the flashlight while I look at the filing cabinet so you have something to do?
I can hold
That's
a
not a
flashlight,
ghost.
karate chop something.
Okay. Take my flashlight
All right.
and point it at the
I know.
filing cabinet.
Zach makes his way to the filing cabinet, just pushing his way past Jason.
So you open the door again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you open the door. You head through into the filing cabinet.
And I
it
feel like
does-
Allison's trying to be there first at the filing cabinet, so it's like a lot of awkward like this walking into the room.
Why don't you guys roll me flight, both of you, and we'll see whoever gets higher can make it there first.
So romantic. They're both
Ooh,
fingering
exploding
through
dice.
files and their hands accidentally touch.
7.
You got a what?
7.
I got a 17.
Holy shit.
Good lord.
It's my D20.
Just
Yeah,
like
it's my D4, but I got exploding dice.
yeah. So Allison makes it.
kind of like impressed that she gets there before him and seems so into it, and he's just like, "Wow, you must be really into mysteries too, huh?"
I mean, this is like the one cool thing that's happened in this town, minus, what I wasn't there for. But
Minus Corky, of course.
You know, some
about-
people might see a girl like you and just think that she's, I don't know, clueless.
I whip my head around and stare at him.
But you're totally not. You're actually pretty awesome.
Why are you being so weird, Zach?
The guy's giving you a compliment.
He's just being nice.
I'm just, I don't know. Guess I'm a little weird. You know, people have always thought I'm weird.
I mean, you've only been kind of weird tonight.
Where is Seth and Jason while this bickering at the filing cabinet is happening?
I'm just.
I take my chance to go back to the lead.
Yeah, I think we're sort of pacing the room or the adjacent like hallway and sort of keeping our eyes open for anything. Him with the karate chops and me with the shield. We sort of make a team where we're like, I can protect him while he's doing all the karate chopping. And I go like,
Hey,
what's all this weird energy?
history.
What's all this weird energy here tonight, man? I don't get what's happening.
I think that's ectoplasm.
What, like the drink they sell? Like the coolers?
Yeah,
I think
you
I'm
should,
kidding. I've seen the movie. Don't look at me
You-
like that, Jason.
you shouldn't drink that, Jason. That's bad for your health.
No, I'm not drinking ectoplasm. I drink only water because it's good for your body. Keeps you healthy.
Okay.
You should
Well,
drink more water.
So you guys start digging through these through this filing cabinet. You notice things like old yearbooks. You notice newspaper clippings. You see documents that seem like bank statements and drawn up agreements. And as you're looking through this and all this information, one name keeps coming up as you do so. Gerard Vanderclay. You start piecing together information. From what you can glean in like a couple of minutes of just looking through this, it seems like Gerard and the school had a not so good history together. He was not popular as a student here, and as you're looking through these yearbooks are from when he was a student at Cork County High School. It seems like there are a bunch of mean comments written in this yearbook, and this might belong to Gerard. There seems to be a disagreement that has been documented where in their arrangement for him to help rebuild the school, he wanted the bleachers outside in the football field to be painted over so that it would say Gerard Vanderclay College. There was major pushback from not only the students but the parents at the school. They wanted to hold on to something that wasn't lost to the fire. That didn't seem to go over well at all. What strikes you as well as you are looking at these, Zack and Allison both notice that this room was once filled with other filing cabinets. You can see like kind of, when something's been in a spot for very long, it kind of leaves an outline. You can see those very clearly, but nothing is there anymore. And as you guys are looking through that, and the other two boys are in the hallway, and Jamie's kind of in like the middle, just kind of like pacing back and forth between the two separate groups. Your guys' flashlights flicker on and off again.
Weird.
Yikes, imagine being so obsessed with your high school bullies that you like make it your life's mission to take over the high school. Do you think the ghost is Vanderclay because he can't move on from high school?
I don't think there's ghosts, and also
so sad.
I think Allison, you're spot on.
Maybe he started the fire.
What? So he could take over said high school again? This is really Vanderclay. If you're there, no offense, but you're really pathetic, and you need to move on.
How old is that guy anyway? He's like 200 years old or something, right? From when are those
No,
yearbooks?
didn't he like just die? I mean, he could have been 200, but I think he like just died.
Did he die? I thought he was just living up in the big old giant mansion in the middle of the forest
like
down the road.
It was in the newspaper. Seth, do you like not pay attention to what goes on?
Have you met me?
Is that a yes?
As you guys are like talking about this, it seems like when Allison is like taunting Gerard Vanderclay, the temperature in the room plummets. It just feels cold suddenly. Jason, your flashlight goes completely out as you're like trying to you run down the hallway, and as you're doing so, Seth, you see just this mass of shadow move through the hallway. It seems to be going after Jason, and in one fell swoop he's just gone. Shadow descends over him, goes up the wall. You don't see him anymore.
Guys,
we are gonna take a break there, though, as I think Kaz needs to leave soon, and
I do.
we'll be
As does Jason, apparently.
we'll be back in a little bit.
Karate doesn't hit ghosts.
Yeah,
You know how in Pokemon ghost types are.
They found your
He
weakness,
does it
man.
what? 10th level monk?
They
Gotta
found
level
your
up, man.
weakness.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm terrified of ghosts.
we'll take a little bit of a break. I noticed that some people needed to get some more water, so if anyone else needs to do that, get water, snacks. We'll be back in a little bit and see what these teens get up to. Hey, welcome back. Also, welcome Raiders. Welcome in, Catchy Cantrips. What were you guys doing over there? Thank you for the follow, Lucy Wolf. Welcome in to the Academy. We're playing some Kids on Bikes right now.
Woo!
It's been a lot of teen drama, chaos. I was just telling the players that I love when one of them says something and everyone has an issue with it, so they all start talking over each other.
We're just keeping it true to life.
Yeah. Welcome into Top Down Tabletop. If you've not been here before, we don't normally stream on Sundays, but every year we play Kids on Bikes. We have a 2-part little mini series. This is the first part to it. Next part will probably be in November. We currently just said goodbye to both Kaz and his character Jason, because Kaz had to go somewhere, but Jason has just been swooped off by some sort of shadowy ghost monster while the rest of the teens are sneaking around the school trying to unravel a mystery of Gerard Vanderclay. They found some strange untouched office in behind an alcove that they activated the secret entrance by moving the statue. There's been some weird things happening since one of the kids at the school defaced the statue last week after Gerard Vanderclay passed away, apparently. So we think. So now we're picking up there. Seth, you just witnessed one of your best friends getting swooped off by this shadow monster as Zack and Allison are in the room. So is Jamie, and they're all kind of going really hard on Gerard Vanderclay about the things they just found. What does Seth do?
Can I add in something really quick to add
Yes.
beautiful contrast between the just cluelessness of the inside of the room and what just happened? I feel like it's one of those things where like you realize you're touching like the arm of someone that you kind of like, and you're like, oh my gosh, but I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna wait and see if like he moves. So it's a little bit of that as we're like crowded around the files and stuff. And Jamie's probably just like, ugh, all of this like whatever is happening between Zack and Allison, and meanwhile Seth is just witnessing horror.
Yes.
Please continue.
Seth.
I just start screaming, guys, come over here, something just grabbed Jason.
What? Really?
Like
Zack
a
turns,
person?
really-
No, not a person. A
It's a
ghost.
ghost. Jamie says that like the same time.
Yeah, I think totally insane.
Okay, guys, for the last time, ghosts aren't real.
It was a big, shadowy, smoky thing that just moved through the air along the
Like
wall.
someone
just
dressed as a ghost, so right?
grabbed him. No, it was actually floating.
Was it Dylan?
Allison,
Okay, no,
I
wait,
think this
so
might be
did you-
serious.
No, I'm sorry. I would. Yeah. Okay,
where did he go?
Jason, this is not funny
something grabbed
anymore.
him. Where did it go?
I mean, he just disappeared. Like the one time with the bird ghost demon.
Okay,
You see, it's
so like a shadow, and he merged with the ground again.
well, he sort of just disappeared into the shadows again. I guess. I mean, it might still be there. I don't know. And I point my flashlight up at the wall where I saw Jason last.
Yeah, you do that, and as you kind of you're kind of shaky with the way that you're like looking around, and you definitely see just like outside of the light. It seems like it's almost like keeping outside of the light. Down the hallway, it goes. The shadowy figure moves along the wall, then down, and then it seems to turn around the corner that you know leads to like the senior hallway.
There, you saw that. You saw that.
Did we
Yeah,
see that?
Are you guys out of the room? Because you would have
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
Yeah, we would've run
came
out.
back.
Then
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely saw that.
Well, let's follow it.
Yeah. I run after it because it just took Jason, and my need to protect the friend group is bigger
Same.
than me being scared. I mean, I am scared, but
Everyone, roll a flight check for me.
Oh, dang.
I mean,
Okay.
I was holding my skateboard, so
You
I'm
can-
just like I pop it down on the ground, jump up.
Oh no!
That's a 2.
That's what I got.
That's a natural one.
Oh,
On a D20.
what do you think
Sorry,
happens? Because
Jason.
you're failing.
Bye, Jason.
here.
I think we all were so intensely like have a need to protect our friend that we literally collide with each other trying
Yeah.
to get down the hallway.
Meanwhile, Jamie is. You see her disappear around the corner. She took off, and you can hear her calling, "Jason!"
Jamie, keep yelling so we know where
Jason.
you are.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Zack has collided with Seth and then into Allison and like ended up on top of her.
the classic
Yeah.
move.
Wait,
Um,
that was my move in my D&D game.
Oh no.
As soon as I see Jamie disappear around the corner, I jump up and I just bolt straight after her, leaving them alone.
Zack hesitates like half a second. I'm sorry.
You told me that ghosts weren't real, and then you said you found a stupid ghost demon thing, and now Jason is gone. What is happening? And she's just like
don't-
hitting you the whole time.
I don't know. He gets up.
Yeah, Seth goes after.
And she's gonna like need a hand up because she is dressed like Cinnamon Spice.
Oh,
and
yeah.
is
Oh,
in,
that's
like
true. Yeah.
a
Yeah,
baby
he,
doll
like,
dress and like platform heels.
Yeah, he like grabs her at the forearm and hoists her up.
You can hear Jamie clonking down the hallway in her platform heels, and you can hear Seth running after. As by the time you guys kind of gather yourself, Seth is also turning the corner. And Seth, the first thing you see is Jamie is standing there in the hallway, just kind of like frozen in fear. And you note that there's double doors outside of like at the end of the hallway that are completely open. And you can see just this large mass of shadow. It's almost difficult to make out what the shape is, but you once in a while see just like this tendril, like a leg kind of shooting out to continue moving it forward in this kind of churning motion. And beyond that, you can see the sheer cliff face and a radio tower, as well as this like soft light coming from the top of the hill, as though this entity is just moving towards what you know to be the party at the ridge.
Gotta save the party. But so once I reach Jamie, I sort of stand beside her with my skateboard up as a shield again.
It took him, and I couldn't do anything about it.
I mean, no one appears to be doing anything to it. But where is it going? To the party? What's?
I don't know. What if? And like you guys hear this as you're coming around the corner. You hear Jamie like, what if Allison's right? What if he's mad at everybody for the way that he was treated? You know, some of the students were kind of awful.
I know, but hey, until 5 minutes ago, I didn't even know the guy was dead. Like, I don't know.
Okay, if there's truth to that, that means that he might be heading to the party to get some sort of revenge, and we have to put an end to that right now. Jamie, I know you're not supposed to do this anymore, and I know that I don't think you could do more than one person, but is there any way you can take us in front of that thing?
In front of it, and then what?
We stop it.
I can't do it from here. We have to get closer. And you can see that it's not like it's moving in such a like sporadic pattern. And there's also a forest between where the schoolyard ends. There's like the schoolyard, then a road going across, some houses, and then a forest that then leads up to the kind of cliff face towards the ridge.
At that moment, I stop Jamie and Jamie, listen, I know this might not seem as the time right now, but I think this is the time right now where I need to do this, because if we are going to do all this crazy stuff and we're going to the party where other people are, then it's going to be super difficult. So, I've been carrying around a gift for you. I think you need to have it now. And I give her the gift that I told you about.
A gift? Yeah,
Just open
she's
it
like,
up,
okay,
Jamie.
okay. She
Guys,
like
is this
tears
really
it
the time
open.
for this?
Oh my gosh, Seth, your best friend is just like.
She tears it
All right.
open.
You give presents. I'm gonna go get our friend back, I guess.
Yeah.
She opens it up.
Yeah.
It's a costume. It's a made superhero costume, handmade by Seth. It's modeled after her favorite superhero, the Dark Feline from the X People, but it's not quite that. It resembles it, but it's its own thing as well, based on everything she likes. It's like, if you're going to do your thing in front of all those people, then you should be wearing a hero's costume, right?
So you can see that there's a little bit of like eeriness to her eyes, and she goes, she just starts, she rips off her wig, takes her platform shoes off, she starts putting it on over top what she currently has. It's kind of tight fitting already. So she pulls it on, and she's like, Okay, Zack. And she's like, Allison, and she grabs Allison's hand and Seth's hand, and she starts running full speed after Zack, who has left the building now, I assume.
Yeah, he's running. I assume we brought our bikes here. That's how we got to the school.
Yeah, we could say that there's like a bike rack where you would have left them.
Yeah, he's gonna hop on his bike and chase after.
Okay. Then you're probably gone now, and she turns towards Seth and Allison and says, I'm gonna try something. It might hurt me a little bit, but we gotta try something. And she's gonna close her eyes, and since Seth was the one to propose this, I would like Michel to roll. I think it's 2d4.
I was the one that proposed it.
Yeah, it was
Zack.
teleporting. That was
Okay, then you can propose. You can roll that for me. Roll 2d4.
That's a 1 and a 4.
All right.
On
Then
2d4.
1 and a 4, so you got 5. You also have. Jamie has 7. They're kind of like tokens for her power. She has 7 of them. If you want, you can spend 1 to make this a success for her. Otherwise, it's going to be a fail, which will cause her to. Which is not great.
Okay, let's use 1 and make it a success then.
All right. So that leaves her with 6 more of them. She closes her eyes tight and she's like, all right, this is probably going to hurt and this is going to make you feel weird for just a second. And she's going to like close her eyes really tightly. And then she opens them at the last second to kind of picture herself ahead of this creature like Zack had suggested. And in an instant, even though she's never done more than one person at a time before, you guys are now maybe like 20 feet ahead of this creature. Your back's facing it. And she kind of looks around for a second, and you can see that there's like blood kind of coming out of one nostril as she rights herself for a moment. Did I do it?
I just put my hand on her shoulder and just give it a tiny squeeze, and you were amazing. You did a good job. You did it.
I'm gonna pull like the corner
awesome.
of Seth's shirt to like wipe off her nose because I don't have extra fabric that can stretch in that way in my costume.
Yeah, and she kind of uses her hand to like wipe away the last remnants of that, and you guys turn and you do see this creature just sort of, it kind of goes in one motion and then to the other, as though it's just kind of fighting amongst itself in which way it wants to go. And you can see that Zack is on his bike heading towards you guys. You guys are kind of flanking it at the moment. What would you like to do?
I think Zack is going to like pedal super hard and like basically like jump off the last second, like ghost ride his bike into it.
You're going for physical confrontation.
Yeah.
All right.
Zack does not believe it's a ghost. Zack believes it has mass, that it is a physical thing.
All right. Okay. Are you trying to use a fight check here, or yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to wound it.
All right.
That is a 9.
That's pretty good. So you succeed on that. You at the last second, like hop off your bike. You can narrate how he looks, but as it heads into it, just as Zack was hoping for, it doesn't like go through it to the other side. And you do see as if it was like enfolding onto itself for just a moment before it kind of rights itself again.
Yeah, so Zach's like pedaling super hard, like in stand-up mode, and then like just as he gets right up to it, he like kicks off of the bike to like shove it ahead a little harder as he like jumps just backwards and lands on all fours kind of thing. And then as soon as it collides with it, he goes, "There, see, not a ghost."
In spite of that, it seems like it's hard to tell with the way that it looks, but then it starts to get closer to you, Zack, instead, like as if it had sort of turned itself around. Your bike comes flying back out towards you, like fully stood up, as if it was riding backwards at you, just whizzes past you, hits a car that was parked on the road. This honking starts blaring off in the street.
Keeping a low profile.
Yeah. They're doing an amazing job, by the way.
What do the other two want to do?
I would like to take off my platform boots because I have sneakers in my bag now. And I want to chunk these giant seasoning lady's shoes at it, especially as it's like turning back towards Zack. And I would also like to taunt it as I throw these shoes at it and go, "Hey, Vanderclay, why don't you get a therapist and move on?"
All right. What are you hoping to roll? Because I could see that as a fight or charm check.
Let me do charm because I'm much better at charm than fight. But also I have the protective strength. So I get a +3 when defending one of my friends.
Oh shit, I have that as
Nice.
well.
Which is really good because that was only a 1. So now I have a 4. And let me add my 1 adversity token to make it a 5.
Okay. That will be... Okay, yeah, you can describe what happens. The creature does a very similar thing in response to this, in that it sort of caves in on itself and it kind of goes back out, but this time it seems like its mass is smaller as your platform shoe comes flying back at you. But yeah, you do exactly as you described. You fling it right in there. It hits something. It's really difficult.
And I'm just like, I hope it wasn't Jason.
Yeah, Jamie is like, Jason could be in there.
It was going after Zack.
So I just stand there besides Jamie, and I hold up my skateboard as a shield, as I always do, and I just said, I don't think we can actually hurt it. We need to try something else. And I scream at it. I say, "Vanderclay, stop! Kids can be assholes, I understand, but you can't just go out and abduct and kill more kids. We are not the same kids." And I start yelling at it to please stop, and that we're not the same. And I understand that getting picked on or is difficult and it sucks. But this is not the way to... Revenge is not the way to get back at the school or at other kids.
All right, can you
You
roll
sound
me?
just like Boba right now.
Can you roll me a charm check then for Seth?
Yes, I will. D12. That's 7.
That is pretty good. So, yeah, the mass moves first towards Allison, but then it seems to completely, all of these tendrils that were coming out of it now sort of pull back into itself at the mention of Vanderclay. And as you are yelling at this creature to stop and trying to empathize with it, you can see that it is getting smaller and less kind of chaotic in the way that it's moving around, and smaller. It doesn't quite stop, but it also doesn't seem to be advancing towards you now where it was lashing out before. You get the sense that you are getting through to it somehow.
Guys, stop fighting it! I yell at the others. Stop fighting him, I say.
Zack listens to that, but also takes like a step forward and says, "Give us our friend back."
Roll a charm check for me.
Don't feel this one, man.
Did you feel it?
That's a 2.
Do you have any adversity tokens?
I have 2. I don't think that's going to be enough.
You get another one now.
Yep. Jamie speaks up and she is like, she is gripping on to Seth's hand like so tight that his knuckles are probably going a bit white. And she's like, it seems like you've also gotten through to her a little bit. And she goes, yeah, lots of people can be really awful. They do mean things to you and people hurt people, but you can find other ways to get by, like friends. And she kind of like reaches out and grabs Allison's arm. You don't have to do this. And she's going to use her ability of being able to empathize with people. She gets a 6 on that, unfortunately, but it does seem like not quite as much of an effect as Seth had, but again, just a stabilizing effect, smaller.
Allison will echo what Jamie just said. Look, even your best friends can turn out to be the worst. But it doesn't have to... You can find new friends.
I'd like you to roll a charm check for me.
Okay. Would this still be considered protecting a friend? Jason's
Absolutely.
probably in there?
Yeah.
Perfect. That is an 11 then.
Nice. Yeah, all at once. Actually, did you add the +3 to yours? Or did you forget again?
I forgot again.
Yeah. Okay. Just all of this, just being surrounded by like this positivity and this message from all of these kids who have unleashed whatever this is out onto the street. Even with the blaring honking in the background, you see that this starts to get smaller and smaller. It's about 10 feet by 10 feet by the time that you just see Jason get pushed out onto the road. It looks like he's possibly like passed out cold. He just kind of like hits the road and then smaller and smaller until you see a shadowy form and like just a humanoid, probably maybe 5 by 10, slim build. All you see is shadow, but you can just tell that like his head is kind of bowed, like he's given up, and it just emanates sadness. And he just stood there.
I slowly make my way. I don't want to come across threatening or anything at all, but I do want to make my way to Jason while I dig around my backpack to take out like a healing kit or a first aid kit, medical kit.
Yeah, you I guess that would be a brains sort of thing, wouldn't that? Unless you want to argue something else.
No, I think my immediate concern now is to see how Jason is doing. So I want to get over there. So I slowly. It's not like I go at a run because I think I might undo what we've done for some reason. So. You said brains.
Yes.
It's the D10. That's a 2.
You've rolled so many 2s today.
Oh my god, yeah.
You look you do make your way over without upsetting any of the current environment, but when you are when you're looking Jason over, you can't really figure out what exactly is wrong, but you do see that there's just like a lot of scrapes and bruises, probably from that are fresh, probably from the getting like chucked out of this entity. It doesn't look to you like there's any sort of wound as to why he would have been passed out or anything like that. He just seems out cold at the moment. What are the others doing?
I'll just tend to him.
I think Zack approaches this being. I know you're angry, but it's never too late to choose to be better. And at the same time, he's getting closer to it and trying to like figure out what it is. Because still convinced, not a ghost. There's something to it. If he actually figures out it's a ghost, he's gonna freak the fuck
out. You're trying to figure out if it's a ghost while also talking to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's just continuing on that chatter, but getting closer and closer and.
Okay, just roll a brains check for me then.
Yeah, maybe even as he gets right up to it, he just says like, how did you become like this? And that's going to be 12.
How close do you get?
Close enough to touch it.
So you're kind of standing face to face right now with whatever this is. And as you're talking and asking it questions and you're trying to get it to tell you how it became that way, suddenly it just seems like this tendril of shadow just seems to lunge forward into Zack's mouth as he's talking and just starts pouring into him. And for a moment, you're passed out cold. But as that is happening, Zack, you feel like it's like you're reliving memories that are just flooding into your brain all at once. And you start sweating and shaking as you kind of get up off of the ground. You're now conscious, and then at the same time it just kind of like pours back out of you. And I would like you to roll a grit check for me.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. It's gonna be a 4.
4.
I'm gonna spend some adversity tokens, I think. I'll make that 6.
Okay. It's still a fail, but not as bad. So, describe to me how it feels when Zack is completely just shaken and overloaded with information.
you can see panic in his eyes the second the thing starts reaching into him, and like he's shaking and quivering, and as he falls to the floor he convulses, and as it comes out of him, and like he's just overwhelmed with the situation that just happened, he like throws up on the ground and just like starts crawling away from it, just like what was that? Ugh.
It dawns on you that whatever this is probably your worst fear at the moment, in realizing that it is some sort of spiritual entity that has been plagued by that has been plagued exactly as you thought, by revenge. But now you're just filled with this overwhelming sadness, like as if that revenge has just been dampered in some way.
Yeah, I think Zach's just like muttering under his breath now, like it can't be.
As soon as it shoots the tendril out, Allison is gonna take that boot it spit out and get ready to just like whack it. But when it releases Zack and he's like puking his guts out and like convulsing, she's gonna drop the boot and like run over to him and like try to like pull your hair back and like help you with this recovery.
He doesn't even like seem to acknowledge her presence. Like he's literally just living out the feelings of this ghost and the reality that he can't explain this thing.
You would also know that it had spent maybe like a week in just seething anger before you guys opened up that door.
Is this about the facing of the statue?
Was that about a week ago?
Is that when this happened?
Yeah. And Jamie's just like, she's walking towards this entity that's just like standing the similar distance that it was when it entered Zack's body. She's like, what do we do now?
I mean, we can promise to restore the statue if you leave us alone. And I don't know, try to do good with guys.
Well,
I don't know.
You're supposed to help a ghost move on. I don't know, Zack. Are you okay?
I can't. It's.
Just say it, Zack.
Ghost.
Just say it, Zack. You were wrong. Just say it.
Ghost.
Just say it out loud. Get it out there. Get it out in the open.
And he's so angry. He's been angry for a week. I think he just wanted to be liked.
He's probably been angry for a lot longer than that.
The guy rebuilt the school after the fire. Like, he deserves to be liked, right? Without him, there wouldn't be a high school.
He didn't do it out of revenge. He did it because he just wanted people to acknowledge him.
I can understand what that feels like.
I guess I can too.
Yeah.
Never had that feeling in my life.
We can't all be as cool as you, man.
Oh, that was good. Jamie is going to move a little bit closer and say,
Jamie, be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah, what Seth said. We can make the statue better or something. We can. And she's like trying to get ideas from the group. What else can we do?
We can make sure that the story is told of how, even though he was super mistreated when he was still a student at the school, that despite all those things, he stepped up to help the school in its greatest need, and that he is the hero that it needed.
Yeah, actually, I can even write a story about it, put it up on the internet where it'll be there forever for anyone to read.
I'd like Zack and Seth to both roll another charm check for me.
This is going to be the one.
This is the one.
You can
This is
do it.
the one.
Oh no.
I have a
Plus three?
7 on
I have a
the
3.
D. I have a 7 on D12, and I will use the adversity token to.
Do you have
bump
any
it up to an
strength to
8.
add to this?
I don't know. Is this protective?
I mean, are you trying to ensure that your friends don't get hurt at the moment?
Yeah, because Jamie's right in front of that thing.
Then go ahead and add your +3.
Then that's a 6.
So we got a 6 and an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. This is probably still unsettling to Zack, but you see that the darkness of this figure starts to dissipate, and you see sort of this like translucent, ethereal shape standing there as all of these wisps of darkness just start leaving its body. And you can see very clearly the face that is depicted on the statue in the hallway of Gerard Vanderclay. And you can see that he looks sad, but like a different kind of sad. Almost like how Jason was looking at his friends earlier, like a nostalgia, sort of happy, bittersweet sadness. You see that he goes over to where Seth and Jason are, walks over very slowly, doesn't seem aggressive at the moment. What does Seth do in response to that?
I just keep looking at him and say like, can you please help my friend? Can you undo what you did to our friend?
This figure just like leans down, places a hand on Jason's face, and you can hear Jason now just like gasp, and then he immediately yells about seeing a ghost before it like completely vanishes before his eyes. Then Jason sits straight up, almost knocking heads with Seth, who was like kind of crouched over him.
I think they bump heads. Oh, dude.
And Jamie's just...
And I give Jason a hug because he's back.
Yeah, and Jamie stood there just like shaken up. What now? We left everything open at the school. Are they gonna know it was us?
No, there's no way.
I don't want to get kicked off yearbook committee. That would be...
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Did we bring the yearbook?
No, the yearbook committee. You know that we're on it.
Yeah.
I'm
saying...
Zack's like regaining composure at this point and is just... All right.
Allison still kind of like kept a hand on you like the whole time you've been.
He at first doesn't seem to really take note of that, and he like looks at the others and says, okay, well, damage control. We go back, we close up that secret hallway, and then we go to this party and act like normal teenagers and get our mind off of everything that just happened. Allison?
Just making sure you're okay.
I lied to you.
What do you mean you lied to me?
About what?
I know what's in that envelope because I'm the one that gave it to you.
No.
I'm acting super surprised.
Jamie is surprised.
Roll a charm check.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're the one that gave it to me, then what's the screen name of the person I've been talking to?
Skynet 89.
He's the old guy.
I'm not an
Sometimes.
old guy.
Yeah.
I obviously, but
He's
Is he though? And I tried to pull his hair to see if he's wearing a mask.
like Swoopy
Seth,
Doo.
stop, man.
Yeah, like what they do.
Messing up my hair.
Sorry, dude. I had to make sure.
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you until I actually handed it over to you, and then I didn't quite know how to react because I think you're so cool. And why would a girl like you ever think that a guy like me is cool if you actually knew me in person? And by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but like 1989 is when the DARPANET came down, and everyone thinks that it was just shut down and replaced by the modern internet, but it really wasn't. It actually is still processing everything on the internet and is actually learning in real time.
Zach.
Come on, dude.
First off, I'm not cool. I mean, no offense to your friends, but you see who I hang out with. I used to be cool. It might be cool to be cool someday, but
What are you talking about? These are the coolest people that I know, and you're one of them.
yeah, they're definitely a lot better than who I used to hang out with. I don't think the
Yeah.
people I used to hang out with would go fight a ghost to save anybody.
This is the second ghost we fought.
I still say that other one wasn't a ghost, but if full honesty, if I knew it was a ghost, I probably would have run away.
Well, you didn't, and that's what matters.
Now
And
the
nobody
next
knows
time-
nobody has to know you puked in front of a ghost. I mean, that's you only did cool things when fighting a ghost.
Jamie leans in and says to Seth, "We're totally gonna tell people, right?"
I
You
mean,
might
the
need
move
some,
we-
you might need some
we-
gum first, but
Yeah. I've got mouthwash in my backpack. Actually, I'm kind of always prepared.
don't you have in your backpack?
Honestly, nothing.
Because
Like,
apparently you have a costume in there.
yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see it. I opened my backpack right in front of you, and then realized that I shouldn't have lied, though. I just got nervous. I'll never be cool like Seth and just know what to say in these moments.
Seth is not cool. I mean,
Oh.
he's a great friend and he's great for Jamie, but
Don't
Yeah.
make this about me. This is not about me.
y'all just like standing
This
right
is
there,
your
just
moment.
commenting on this whole
is your
conversation.
this is your moment. Leave me out of this. Don't make this awkward.
But I don't know. I just I hope that you can forgive me, and I would like to still chat with you in the message boards. And I don't know, maybe if you want to like dance at this party or something.
What? Oh my gosh, y'all stop making faces! Here. I would, yeah. I'm gonna throw something at my screen like it could actually hit either Vix or Michelle.
Don't make this
Yeah.
about us.
Stop making faces! I would love to dance at the party.
Me, Jamie.
You should I'll make sure that they play a good song. I've got a Some Doubt CD in my backpack.
Oh yeah, Skynet does really like you like some doubt. For what it's worth, I'm really glad you're not a creepy old guy.
Yeah, me too, I guess. I really just never expected anyone that was so good looking to be into space voyage.
Good-looking people can like space voyage. Do you remember Leanna Troy from the second version of it?
Yeah, but like, you know, paid to be part of it. It's different than choosing to, you know, watch a intellectual foray into the near future where, you know, like...
I mean, I still don't think I'm going to tell anyone. Seth and Jason could probably know now.
You know what? That's totally up to you. But something that I learned a couple years ago is that you really should just be who you are, like what you like, and do what you want to do. Not try to be like Seth.
Being friends with Jamie's helping a lot with that.
Yeah, Jamie's pretty awesome.
As you guys
You
say
should
that.
Meet my sister.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave it at that. But
As you guys are talking about that, Jamie, it seems like the nerves have all dissipated now, and you guys are the conversation is definitely helping. And she looks down at herself in this like costume now, and she says to Seth, "How did you make this without?"
Well, I took some classes, and I asked Irene, who apparently also knows a lot about sewing and stuff. So I got...
You spend time with your stepmom for me?
Yes, I did.
She's
But
going
that's
to
not-
like... Oh, go ahead.
That's not important. It's. I mean, I
you also
won't
made
do
me
this
take
to you.
measurements on May. It was awkward.
Wait, is May your sister?
Yeah. Does she know about
No.
that? So that just makes no sense to her.
Yep.
Why would you measure your sister to make an outfit for?
Jamie's going to toss her arms around Seth. Yeah, she's not wearing the platforms anymore, so it's not as awkward. She tosses her arms around Seth and says, "Thank you for everything. And that was pretty awesome the way you talked it down instead of fighting it."
Well, sometimes you just gotta talk and not fight. You know?
That's good to remember, because I was feeling pretty useless with my powers not being very helpful this time around.
Not helpful. You were amazing. You've never teleported as many people as you did tonight, and it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit. I'm being honest.
Do I need to look you over?
Well, maybe. I don't know if I have. No, I'm going like this to you guys. It's like, maybe I was bleeding earlier. Maybe I have like a concussion or something.
I take the flashlight and just like hold up her face and just shine the flashlight up her nose. Just
Okay.
to check.
Yeah.
Seth, never look up a girl's nose. Come on.
A concussion is the brain. You know, we should probably get you checked out too, Seth. Just for checking
You said
brains.
you were trying to be a doctor, man. Get it together.
Jamie doesn't know anything is amiss when he looks up her nose. It's like, yeah, that's just how you check people out when they have a concussion.
Right?
And
Say,
you guys,
"Ah."
you guys kind of, I assume you guys wrap up here. What are your plans and intentions with the school and the fact that you've left all the doors open and there's still that filing cabinet there?
Yeah. Well, Zack proposed that they go back and close it up. Just cover up the evidence that they were fucking around.
Clean the
Then-
dust so the teachers don't think someone was doing cocaine in the school.
And clean the statue in the process, too. I've got cleaners in my backpack.
Allison's just like, of course you do.
All right, so you're doing a full sweep and you're leaving everything as it was.
Yeah.
You
we wanna-
are. Go ahead.
Do we want to take the yearbooks, or are we going to put everything back?
Is there a purpose to keep the yearbooks?
I don't know if we want to like make the story known or something. It's like, do we?
I mean,
do we
I know
need
the story.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just asking.
We can
We'll leave-
always come back later and I don't know, do some kind of like
Yeah.
burned stage or something and burn the yearbooks. Help get rid of the.
Yeah.
That sounds super cool. I think we should totally do that. I can come back in like a couple of weeks, and
Well, hey, dude, you're not gone yet. Come on. First, we've cleaned up here. We've locked up. Now it's time to go to the ridge.
yeah. Totally.
So, you guys take your time cleaning up everything, giving it a full sweep. If you guys would like to roll me a check just to see how well you do at like making sure that nothing seems amiss, you can. I would say probably brains, but if you can make a case for another check, then feel free.
10.
3.
6.
All right, I will write those down for my future knowledge. And you guys head out the same doors, the senior wing, closing it up on your way out. It's like the kind of doors that you can open from the inside, but you can't from the outside. And as you're heading down, or heading towards the ridge, the two guys that you met earlier, Tony and Tony,
Yeah.
pull up.
Y and Big Bag.
They're like, you guys are grabbing your bikes, I assume, and heading off down the road, and they kind of pull up and they're like, hey man,
Yo, Y, Big Bag. What's hanging? How's hanging, man?
have you guys noticed anything weird around here? Because like there's a big dent in the side of my car.
What? No, we didn't notice anything weird. Weird?
No idea.
No, man, this is a school.
All right.
I want
You
to.
sure you didn't hit something while backing up or something? I don't know.
You can see that Tony with the Y is like trying to rack his brain. You know what? Maybe I did. Maybe you're right. It's hard to keep track.
You going up the ridge?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you there, man.
Hi, by the way. I'm Zack. Nice to meet you.
Oh shit! And they just start like hitting each other. Calm down. Calm down.
Zach, this is Y and Big Bag. We call him Big Bag because he carries around a big bag. And this is Y because it's Tony with a Y.
Tony. And what's your name?
Tony.
Big Bag.
That's
If
why
you're
he calls
Tony
me
and
Big
Tony,
Bag.
why don't you guys go by TNT?
Oh man, that was so cool.
You just like blow their mind. Spread that around at the ridge tonight. It's not cool when you make it your own thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're Zach. You're the one that you murdered an alien or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was trying to abduct our friend, and I killed it. And then the government came, and they said we had to cover this up and everything. And that's why we had to move.
And now he's a ghost hunter.
You guys are hunting ghosts.
Shh.
You know what? I guess we are.
Oh, okay.
We're like
You're right.
Scooby-Doo.
You guys are pulling my leg, but still cool stories. The way you tell them is cool. So come find us. We'll hook you up at the party.
Sounds good. Wait, hook us up with what?
They're gone.
Seth,
He's
what
like
are they-
asking the others
You
around.
know,
like,
what are
when
we
they're
gonna-
driving around in that car, they usually bring supplies to the parties, like drinks and other stuff. So
You're not expecting me to do drugs, are you?
no. It'll be there, probably some of it, but it's like whatever you're comfortable with.
All right. I've heard about this peer pressure stuff, though. Like,
No peer
Just
pressure here,
say
man.
no.
I
I'm gonna
actually
dare
quit
to say no.
smoking like a year ago. Going very well.
Is that why you're suddenly like paying attention in class?
Maybe. Wait, are you trying to suggest that marijuana affects the memory or something?
For fuck's sake, Seth. And he like digs into his backpack and pulls out like a 40-page study on the effects of marijuana on the brain.
So you guys are now in for just this lecture from Zack as Tony and Tony pull away from the school, and you guys can see the ridge, just probably a mixture of headlights and campfire glow at the top of the ridge. And I think that is where we will pick up. I assume that as soon as Zack shuts up, you guys all start moving towards the party. Jamie has her bike and is willing to allow for Allison to ride with her, but I will let you guys determine
I
how.
let the dice decide, and the dice said yes, given to my brain impulses. I'm gonna make hopefully this lecture a lot shorter. Allison will give Zack a quick kiss on the cheek and just say, "Hey, thanks for helping save us, and for going to a con and getting me a Michelle Nichols autograph."
Zach
You're
just
mid-
goes like
You're
completely red.
mid-sentence.
Yeah, he's just like, and furthermore, you're. Yeah, no problem.
Jamie's like, oh, thank God.
I just, as a last thing, I tell Jamie, sort of, you remember when I told you you looked amazing when you were wearing the black sugar costume?
Yeah,
This is blowing it out of the park, babe.
I think I feel like I need to get rid of the other layers underneath, though. Like maybe quick change when we get your costumes.
Yes.
Okay, and she definitely, you can see that there was like some redness that streaked across her cheeks at the compliment, but she definitely tries to play it off a little bit. This is gonna be a fun night, she says, and as you guys kind of head off into the night. That's where we'll pick up our next session. Who knows what's gonna happen at this party? It's a bunch
Yeah,
of
we wrapped
teenagers.
that up real
we have
fast.
to
So
stop
who
this
does one?
traditionally with a freeze frame. So I guess that when we're riding all the bikes, so the girls are they are still there, and then Zack and Seth sort of high five while riding their bikes, and then freeze